Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
And I am Josh.
Welcome back. It's March, right? Because I got this wrong last time.
Yes. March 4th.
It's March 5th.
March 5th.
March 5th, 2019.
5th.
You know how it
1, 2, 3,
is.
4, 5th.
You know how it be. So we skipped all of February. No, except for that one where I said it was January, but it was actually February.
Actually February, yeah.
So confusing. But we're back.
It was like the first week of February.
It was. But we're back now.
We're back and we saw stuff.
We got a couple things to talk about leading
Yeah.
up into the actual movie season, which I don't need to go into anymore. Ooh, excuse me. How have you guys been?
How are you doing? What are you?
We're fine.
We're fine. How are you? Boring conversation anyway.
Got it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
So,
Look, we're gonna have company. I had to finish it.
before we
It's one of
get
my favorite
yeah,
parts.
sure, you had to. Before we get into it, Josh, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We're on the cusp here in a couple of days of the newest big Marvel movie release.
Yes,
It's
I'm going Thursday.
Yes, I am probably also going Thursday. So,
Oh, really? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll see you.
because of the way work schedules work with
Mhm.
my wife and everything. So, here's my question to you:
Oh dear.
Is do you care to comment on what arguably is not a controversy? Okay,
You talking about?
it's confusing. People are mad about this movie, but nobody really knows why. And usually when people are mad about stuff, they're very boisterous, but it seems like everybody's mad at nothing, and then people are mad that other people are mad at nothing, and now all that surrounds this movie is how mad everybody is. And I wonder, Josh,
Okay, well,
hang on, and I wonder, Josh, I want to give you my theory first before you ramble too long, and I can't get it in.
well,
I wonder if this is a Ghostbuster situation where it's manufactured discussion around the movie that doesn't exist.
Well, I was going to say you're going to have to explain it to me because I did my typical media blackout that I've been
Okay.
doing for the Marvel movies, doubly so for this movie because I don't really care about Captain Marvel.
Yes, it's to the point, Josh, where people and I have done the same for the most part, but people are asking, what's the deal? Like Rotten Tomatoes took down the whole, before a movie comes out, it has the percentage of people who want to see it.
Yeah.
It's down in like the 20s or something like that, which who cares?
Yeah.
But
Rotten Tomatoes is not the be all.
no.
We've discussed it before.
Yes. But people were asking, even people were like on Ask Reddit, and it went unanswered of like, what's the deal with all the weird hate that's going on for this movie? And nobody had an answer. It went unanswered on Reddit, the place where people are presumably complaining about
The most
it.
opinionated, yeah.
So I was just, if you
So,
haven't heard anything,
I haven't heard anything about the hate.
But one answer I saw, one of the things, first of all, is Brie Larson. One thing I do know, Brie Larson said in an interview or something, and reviews weren't even out for the movie.
Mhm.
All she said is there was a lack of diversity, and she's 100% right. There's a lack of diversity in like the big time reviewer market. She's like, it's a bunch of 40 to 50-year-old white guys.
It's
like
a lot.
And she just said like,
It's funny.
I don't
'cause-
really care how it does like in the reviews. Like what she was saying was positive. She's like, it doesn't really matter how the reviews are. Like we made a movie for people, blah blah blah. But
Kinda
what
like-
she ended up saying
kind
was,
of like
yeah,
kind of like Cube's commentary on the whole Oscars thing, where he's like, "I don't
Yeah.
care. People love the people love the movie." It's the kind of the reverse. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah. Okay.
exactly. And she was like, we make it for the people, and we're not really making it for 40 to 50-year-old white guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, you should be. It's first of all, she's lying, I guess I should say, because Disney and Marvel want to make it appeal to everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's their whole algorithm.
but,
that's why every movie's PG-13.
I guess people are just mad because they're just like, oh, gosh darn it, diversity. And I'm like, whoa, guys,
Oh,
they were doing the
God.
same shit for
Wonder
Wonder Woman Forever. About
Yeah.
how, thank God, and
Yeah,
it's made for.
dude. That was the whole campaign around Black Panther, and we applauded them for it.
Yes, we gave them an Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
Best Picture nomination, because let's face it. But anyway,
yeah.
I rewatched that movie. It's
Black Panther.
yeah, it's it has all the same flaws that I
Yeah,
thought in the first place.
I watched it on Netflix.
The intriguing bits are
Not
still
Netflix.
intriguing. Yes, it was on Netflix. The intriguing bits, and then I was like, oh, they don't do anything with those. And in the end, they all just fight anyway. It's so weird. So
Yeah,
that movie's weird.
No, it's got pacing problems. It's got character problems. It's got world problems. It doesn't know if it wants to be a political drama or a superhero movie.
Shove the superhero origin,
yeah.
the flat tired. It's so weird. But anyway, but one that I saw, because that's the one I know about, and it's kind of like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. I think it's a Ghostbusters thing where they're trying to. I know people were just like, already pissed where they're just like, oh, finally Marvel's getting off its ass and da 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 da, and then people were pissed. Like Captain Marvel is a big controversy in the comics. I know that.
That's what I wanted to ask. One person brought it up that they were shoving it. In preparation for this, they were shoving her in the comics down everybody's throats. She was like the main part of the new Civil War line.
Yeah. They did.
And everybody's always had a problem with the odd fluctuating power sets of Danvers and how...
Yeah, well, she started off as like one hero, then she was another hero, then she's always had different power sets, and then they just made her Captain Marvel here recently. And honestly, I liked her a lot when she was in the Power Girl thing. Power Girl was a cool character, dumb name, but I liked it. She became every writer's soapbox that's ever written her. Okay. So she has never had a defined personality, and that's why I don't like her, because she's just whatever soapbox we want to do right now. She used to be, back in the day, she was a hardcore conservative Republican and everything like, and she was just a voice of dissent amongst a lot of the more liberal characters and stuff like that. Captain America, who's pretty much neutral and just follows the general ideal of what America should be.
Yeah.
Tony, who's always been a little more liberal and then all of a sudden went conservative when we needed him to in Civil War.
Yes.
For plot reasons. And then Danvers was always kind of this like staunch. She was pro-military. She did all this, conservative, the standard Republican belief character. And it was nice to see a dissenting point of view at one point. And then they got rid of that and then made her ultra conservative and then ultra liberal. And then when this was all when they started like, well, we got to do Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. So we're going to make her Captain Marvel and we're going to shove her down. And then she was just everybody to everyone. And she's never made any fucking sense.
I was going to say,
terrible character.
As far as the rumor mills go, the Captain Marvel movie, I think, has been the one that's been around the longest. And it's actually here because they've been talking about all sorts of shit that never happened.
Well, yeah, they were going to do Black Widow for the longest time. And like that was going to die immediately. Black Widow's not a strong character in the films. Black Widow's a great character in the comics. In the movie, she's terrible.
Yeah, she fills whatever role they need her in whatever movie.
The only
she
one
doesn't have a defined personality.
The only one I ever enjoyed her in was
Avengers.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
She was great in Winter Soldier.
She was good in that. She's good in Avengers as well.
The first one?
Yes.
Oh, I liked her in the first Avengers. Yeah. And she was just Hulk's girlfriend in the other one. And I liked a little bit of what they did with her in Civil War.
Yeah.
It felt like a natural evolution from Winter Soldier to that one. Like where she's kind of trying to keep Cap in check and keep him in touch with reality and stuff.
Yeah.
They did a little bit of that, but then she just kind of becomes like, I guess the POV we're supposed to be.
I guess.
It's mishandled.
Yeah. But do you have any prejudices or
against the film
going into the film, like other than like her character historically in the comics has been kind of whatever?
I would have much rather seen a Power Girl film.
Okay.
Same character, just when she had an actual character and wasn't just who can we appeal to with this now kind of thing. No, I don't have any prejudice against her. I'm actually very, very intrigued by it because I think it's great. I'm hoping that we get a chance to see Good Guy Ronan because Good Guy Ronan was one of my favorites. I think it's great that Marvel is actually going to be in the film.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's Jude Law's character.
Oh, okay.
He was in one of the trailers and they were just like, and she says his name or something like that. And I was like, oh, so Marvel is actually going to be in the movie. That's cool. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with him being Captain Marvel, and now she's Captain Marvel. So
he's Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
and then she's going to be like to what's the word I'm looking for?
To carry on.
To carry on his name, my friend. He died, and now I'm Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Well, because like in the comics, as I recall, her whole origin was she got her powers from him. I don't know a lot about Danvers. I know that when she was Power Girl, I knew her because I was reading Avengers at the time. But
I just hope the movie's good, and I'm glad that it's something different because Black Panther had already been in something. It's been a long time since we've gotten like a fresh take.
Yeah.
a fresh take early Marvel film. And I hope that it manages
I
to
like-
buck a lot of that shit.
I like
that Black
that
Panther
we're-
didn't.
I like that we're doing the callbacks and stuff like that. Like we're doing the retro thing. Like it's not set in this time period. We're doing the first Avenger type of series
Yes.
thing where we're going back in time. I don't think it'll be as good. I mean, and First Avenger is arguably bad. There's a lot of stuff that goes around.
If
about
it's not
that
as
movie.
good as First Avenger, we're in trouble.
That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you for summing that up. Because like I enjoy it, but I know like a lot of people are like, this movie's kind of dumb. It's just montages, and that's all the movie really is.
But it made a character.
It made a character, yeah. But yes, exactly. Like you got Steve from the movie.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that they do that with this. I'm hopeful for the movie. I don't really care about the character, so I'm not going in it with like it's kind of like how Black Panther was, where I was just like, I don't like Black Panther's not what like I like Black Panther in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like in the comic, I've never read Black Panther though, so
Yeah.
I don't really know a lot about him. And then Captain Marvel, I don't really know about her. I know about Marvel, but I'm interested because it's like I told you one day. I was like, it's really cool to see Kree wearing the Kree Centurion uniforms, flying in the cosmos, looking like Kree. Like it looks cool. I'm glad that that's being a thing. You know, I'm super pumped to see a lot of this film. I'm just kind of whatever on it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it needs to be. I think people are just stirring the pot, kind of like a lot of things these days, where they're just like, it's like I think I said it about Star Wars we were talking about one day, where everybody can't wait to be mad.
Yeah.
So it feels
Absolutely.
like they're just like, well, we can't just like it, we have to be mad about it. You know, it's
and they can't even
levy some real criticism again. It like you said, no one really seems to have actual criticism for this.
No.
And it hasn't even come out yet, so why would we pick it apart? Like, I don't know. I'm going into it with a hopeful thing. You know, I'd
Yeah.
like it to be good.
Yeah, of course.
I like Brie Larson.
We're not the people that go to a movie and hope that it's bad.
Yeah.
Like we went.
I'm not going to pay a ticket price to see a bad movie.
We went to Assassin's Creed not to get ready to trash on it. We wanted that movie to be fucking good. Okay.
I think, yeah, exactly. I was nervous about The Predator, and it paid off.
Oh yeah.
That movie's so good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level that we go to certain movies where it's like we know we're not expecting it to be good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
we're
not
not-
expecting to be blown away, and when I am, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Entertained, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I was just wondering. I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah,
since
no, dude.
These episodes will come out close to each other to see like our thoughts beforehand. And
Yeah, I'm
after.
sorry I don't really have much about it. Like I said,
No.
I didn't know fuck all about it, and it sounds like there's nothing to it. People just
No.
want to be pieces of shit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's people just being weird or if it's manufactured when people aren't actually being weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. That being said,
There's no Dan Aykroyd standing there going like, "It's the best movie ever made." No, I've been lying.
yeah, just kidding. I thought it was bad.
Just kidding.
And I
thought
said it was bad.
And I said it was bad, and no one listened to me. Buy my vodka. Herkimer
All right,
Diamonds.
we're making a new one. Herkimer Diamonds.
Dude, do you want to talk about that? It's Ivan Reitman directing again,
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, come on.
I'm just like, who cares? Yeah. But then we're
For
like
me-
stirring up even more shit by remaking it because like not Leslie, man. What's her Leslie Jones is all just like, this is some bullshit. They're just gonna remake it and act like ours didn't happen. I was like, what were you
did
doing
that with the first one?
What were you guys
Yeah,
doing?
that's exactly what you did. The first reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm
it's just like-
yes, this is the world. I'm like, see how fucking Andrew Garfield feels. We act like he doesn't exist.
Oh, dude, fucking
Sony even put out a movie.
Halloween. It's been
Yes.
rebooted 9 times, dude.
Yeah, Sony just put out a movie where they like said the Raimi ones are canon, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah. I know. It's
And they're like, no, that doesn't happen.
no, didn't happen.
And this Marvel thing's just a whole different
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. I mean, like, I feel like Andrew Garfield just goes to the closet and like pets the Spider-Man costume that he stole, and is just like, I remember.
Yeah, and nobody even talks about it because it's not even fun, like to talk about George Clooney or any, as Batman or anything.
Right.
It's like, no,
It's so funny. Everybody talks about that. I feel like Val Kilmer's the one that gets ignored the most. Like,
yes.
like, did you ever? It's like Batman and Batman Returns were good, and then Batman and Robin was so awful that everyone forgot Batman Forever was
yeah.
pretty bad. You know?
Yes. Arguably,
Oh, a better movie.
but arguably just as bad because it's still Schumacher. You know
Oh,
what
it was
I mean?
still awful, but like it wasn't Clooney.
Mm-mm.
No, dude. One thing that cracks me up about the Ghostbusters reboot is they can't let it fucking go.
No,
dude.
just let it go.
They have tried. Officially, this will be the third time
Yeah.
they've tried to recapture that lightning in the bottle, and it's never happened. 2 is pretty awful.
Yep.
2016, I watched it. It is bad.
Okay.
It is a bad, dumb movie. But it's like we saw with The Mummy. When we watched The Mummy, where you're just like, this is just a bad movie. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't good. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill anything.
Yeah.
It's not destroying anything. It's not improving anything. But it's unnecessary.
I think I saw somebody on Twitter like, why don't they just re-release the first one in theaters?
You get the
And
money.
just
you
get
get the
money.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just get
you
some
would
money.
get the same. Dude, remaster it.
Yeah.
There you go. No, dude. It's just, and now Reitman's like, I can do it right, and it's like, you did already.
Yeah.
It's already out.
No, I know, and that's what
It's fine. Quit fucking around.
And with the 2016 one, that's what I said anyway. What's
Yeah.
his fucking name? The director.
Feig.
Kevin
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig?
Yeah, no, Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige. Yeah, Paul Feig. I
Right?
get that. Yeah, Paul Feig, whatever.
Feige?
It's Paul Feig. Yeah. Paul Feig was like, I just wanted to show that women can have a funny comedy. I was like, you already made that
did
movie.
Yeah, with Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
Bridesmaids is hilarious.
Is a fucking a comedy classic.
Yeah.
With
And
an
that's not even the
all-female
first
cast.
time women have had a funny
No.
comedy. You know, and it's
But I'm saying he personally has
Oh, yeah.
already done it.
Yeah. I know. It's so stupid. It's so fucking
It's like, bro,
dumb, dude.
people used to really, really like you.
I know.
You made Freaks and Geeks. You've made a lot of shit that people actually like.
Yes.
And you're going out of your way to make people not like you.
Yeah.
By in this media blitz of being an asshole.
Well, and it was all, like we said, manufactured
Manufactured.
and horseshit, dude. It was not real.
So ridiculous.
The haters.
The haters.
Yeah,
they just
whatever,
won't
dude.
let us.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're going to remake it. It's going to be bad. And we'll fucking. And then I guess women are funny again. I don't know. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's gonna
'Cause
happen.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know
be
when they
awful,
stopped.
and then everybody's right. When did women stop being funny? Yeah, Kristen Wiig and Tina Fey beg to differ. So
Yeah.
does Joan Rivers,
So, yeah.
Gilda Radner.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Ridiculous.
but no, this movie's gonna be awful, and then all of a sudden everybody's gonna go, "It was Ghostbusters 2016, a hidden gem."
Yeah.
It's like,
God.
no, it wasn't. Neither was Ghostbusters 2,
It'll-
which was a thing that happened where they're like, Ghostbusters 2016 makes Ghostbusters 2 look good. No, it fucking doesn't. Ghostbusters 2 is still awful.
Never even watched Ghostbusters 2.
Dude,
I haven't even
don't.
seen clips from Ghostbusters 2.
You never will because it's not fucking funny. It's terrible. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out, dude. I actually watched it to refresh when I watched it before Ghostbusters 2016. It still sucks, dude. It still sucks. It's still a shitty movie. Ghostbusters is the only Ghostbusters movie that should have existed. We didn't need
Yeah.
to remake it. That's like when they tried to do the sequel to Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah.
The movie was awful. Like, if you can't get Jim Belushi to join your movie, where if he says no,
Yes.
no one should do it. Let it go,
Agreed.
Dan. I'm sorry. I'm
Agreed.
flipping out over here. But, dude, what were we talking about?
Nothing. We're on point. I was gonna move on from this though.
yeah,
With that being said,
let's move on before I have a heart attack.
let's move on from the news into into the meat of this episode. Not really, but we have seen some stuff.
Yeah,
I think
I saw an old flick. You saw a new flick.
it's true.
You saw two.
seen a couple of them new ones. I'm gonna start with the one. That,
Well, dude, do you want to do both that you saw, and I'll do both that I saw?
Yes.
Because I saw two old ones,
okay.
and you saw two new ones. So.
Yes, I will start with the Lego Movie 2.
I wanted to see that, by the way. I
yes.
fucked up on that one.
Okay. Here's the deal with that movie.
Because you've been rather mum about this one around me.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing to get too excited about. The first one is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
This second one,
Dude, you couldn't shut up about that movie.
It's
for
true.
like a
I
year.
love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Still do. It's still great.
I feel that way about the Lego Batman.
Yeah. Yes. Lego Batman's also very good. So here's the deal with the Lego Movie 2. It is a sequel. Very, very, very much a sequel. It's more of a kids movie than the first one was.
Okay.
The first one, obviously kids love it, but
Oh, yeah.
it it leaned more on the side of like wink wink adult humor, and it was more of a message that was kind of universal and kind of unique, despite that's what's really weird, despite being like a corporate fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, it's, I think I made the joke on the podcast when we talked about it, where I was just like, yeah, be creative, do your own thing, also buy our play sets.
Yeah, also buy the play sets. We made them for the movie. My double-decker couch is over there, I think.
Anyway, say, you got the double-decker couch somewhere.
The double-decker couch. There's a triple-decker couch in this movie. Spoiler.
Of course. Because you got to do it one bigger.
Do it one bigger, but it also turns into a mech robot, and it says you're couching for an ouchin. So
that speaks to a part of me. I love that joke.
All of those puns and all of that meta. Okay, this movie has a Back to the Future and a Hot Tub Time Machine reference in it. So like, it's still there. It's still there. But it goes more.
There should never be Hot Tub Time Machine references, man.
It goes more in the direction of that meta narrative that was kind of tacked on at the end.
Yeah,
to kind of give you
found
an idea
Will
of what was
Ferrell
going
and the
on.
kid and everything. Yeah.
It leans more into that. There's more of those scenes happening.
Well, because the big reveal had already happened, and you knew the sister was coming.
It's true. It's true, and it has songs in it where the first one had Everything Is Awesome.
It had one more song, didn't it?
Yeah, but like this one has characters doing a musical number, which it felt more like a children's animated movie.
Like they were going for that more Disney angle.
Yeah. On top of having all those adult wink wink, it had alien references and all sorts of shit in it. But Rex Danger Vest was good. His origins will shock you. Just overall, it was just like, all right, it was good.
Yeah, it's kind of like Deadpool 2, where you're just like, hey, you like that?
You're
gonna get more.
Yeah, it was a little better than Deadpool 2 because it hadn't like
gotten full of itself.
Yeah, exactly. This did more of its same thing. It just kind of was like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
It's like its message was cute, and
well, it's like I'm nervous about a second Spider-Man animated film.
So am I, but they have more characters to pull from.
I know, dude. And when you showed me,
yes,
the end of that,
oh yeah,
you saw me.
I had never seen it either.
I cried in the air and threw my hands in the air.
And not only that, the joke they did was fucking amazing.
Oh, God. No, you're pointing at me.
You're pointing at me because it's like classic.
Well, dude, and the actor they get for it,
yes.
Never seen him do a comedy before in my life. And he was hilarious.
So yeah, this movie, it adds Rex Dangervest and, which, and it added... At the beginning,
awesome name,
kind of thing. Yes,
it's kind of MST3K.
Yeah.
Brock Slam Chest,
exactly.
Brick Missile.
exactly. And I laughed a lot, and then it was kind of like,
oh, that's okay.
And it's like sometimes everything, like at the beginning, is like sometimes everything isn't awesome. It's a very unrealistic goal to have.
Yeah,
and you move on from there.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell it voices like 3 lines, and then they almost kind of make a joke how he's not actually in the movie.
That's funny.
Which I thought was funny. But I guess spoiler alert, their mom is in it. I won't say who it is.
Is it Allison Janney?
It's not Allison Janney.
Damn it. I'm not watching it.
Not Allison Janney.
Should be. It's Molly Shannon.
I was just going to make that joke. Just going around
stealing all Allison Janney's jobs, man.
They just replaced her on Moms.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, it's funny how upset I don't even like that show, and I just got mad. I was like, "What?"
Overall, I'm obviously gonna watch it again and all that good shit and pick up on all the stupid little jokes and stuff. But that I really enjoy from the first one. It just sequelitis a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is more than like the leaning more into the meta narrative and its kind of message. It's just more of like the wink wink, we know this is a sequel kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it just felt
the 22 Jump Street kind of thing.
Yeah, and it just felt more, which is funny to a point.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's at a point you get a little annoyed with the sequel. We know it's a sequel joke. It's that breaking the fourth wall that you kind of go like, all right, could you just do the movie now?
Exactly.
Yeah. That was my biggest problem with Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Was I was like, the second time, and it's like, I fucking get it, dude. Just get to the movie. I know.
I think watching the second half of that movie would be really good. I think just don't watch the first half of Deadpool 2.
Or Lego Movie 2.
No, Deadpool 2. I think if you only watch the last half.
See, I disagree. I think the first half is way better than the second half. The second half,
I hated the first half.
I hated the second half. It kept going, and I was just like, "Fucking end it."
That's what I mean. If you only watch that bit, it's only because you're so worn out from having to watch that beginning bit.
You make a point. I don't know. I thought the first half had
I get it. He doesn't fit in
bits.
with the fucking X-Men. Like, I get it.
The first part did have him spinning around in Xavier's chair. That was really funny. And then everybody hiding in the mansion was good.
That was also good.
But
the jokes are fine.
Yeah, the joke. Yeah,
but they were just getting to the part where he teams up with people with what's her face.
Yeah.
With Domino, and like that bit's good.
Yeah. Anyway, Lego Movie 2. I'm sorry, I keep derailing.
Lego Movie 2. I mean, it was worth going to see, but you can wait for it now. I wouldn't go see it now.
Yeah.
It's probably quick. It's Sony, so it's going to be out in digital in like a week and a half. So
right. It's so fun.
Is it Sony? No, it's Warner Brothers. So no, it'll be a bit. But.
Oh yeah, it would have to be Warner Brothers. That's funny. I was just gonna say, is it really Sony? Because it's crazy to think that Sony has made like 3 of the best movies I've seen recently.
It's insane.
And they were at one point, I was like, are they gonna be the new Canon films where it's just like, yeah, they had like a good run, but Jesus, they make terrible movies.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I think about the movie, it just doesn't stick with me as much. Like I said, it could be a sequel thing. Whereas like Lego Batman, like I was like, oh, this is like a spinoff kind of. And Batman's still in this one, which is...
Well, what cracks me up is Lego Batman does not... It references him being a master builder one time. But there's none of that lore going on. No. It's just Batman in Lego Gotham.
It was just... It's the Lego version of a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And then this one leans more into the meta narrative. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like this Lego lore is getting confusing. And I was
what's real and what's not.
And I was kind of just like, okay, let it be known. Oh, I don't need to know the story that's dictating this story.
Yeah.
I guess. Odd thing to think about.
Well, the meta narrative that seems to be so popular these days is really getting on my nerves. Like, it's a joke that I'm tired of. I'm tired of characters being aware they're characters.
You know what joke I'm not tired of, Josh? I was just thinking about this today.
Yeah.
Unreliable narration.
Unreliable narration
is
great.
Favorite shtick. Because I've noticed something, and people who listen to the last couple episodes will be like, what's this guy's deal? But I think that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse might be one of my favorite movies ever. And
you're well within your rights.
And
it's a fantastic movie.
And I was just like, I could listen to a whole movie where there's just unreliable narration going on. I was in my apartment doing crunches, getting strong.
Dude, we've been making that joke for a week now. It's never not funny, dude. It's so fucking funny.
And I was like, I could watch probably 30 minutes of unreliable narration like that.
Oh,
straight
dude,
through.
especially if it's Jake Johnson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I thought about it is because while I was at work, we had New Girl up on the television, and I'm like, all I hear is Peter B. Parker.
Yeah,
now.
Peter B. Parker. Oh my god. Dude, if you can find it, somebody did a cosplay of him, and it is uncanny.
Really?
It is a man that was born.
He was born
to do the cosplay of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker. He looks exactly like Peter. He's even doing the whole like sexy sit on the desk where he's just like, I'm gonna work my magic, and he's just like got the beer gut, and the sweatpants and everything, dude. And he's just Peter B. Parker is one of the best characters ever.
He's the best. So
he was my favorite character in the whole movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like all of them.
No, dude, Miles is amazing.
But definitely he carries the show.
Yeah.
So Lego Movie 2, check it out when it comes out on digital or whatever. So you'll laugh if you like the first one. You'll laugh. Good jokes.
Well, dude, you're bringing up. I'm sorry to cut you back. You're bringing up unreliable narrators.
Mm-hmm.
Narratives. I'm watching the third season of True Detective. And That's what's going on in that.
Mm.
You're getting the story told in 3 separate forms. You're getting the story of the young cop doing the investigation. You're getting them reopening the case at him at like maybe 40
Okay.
or 50 or something like that, and then him at 70 trying to remember, and he will say something. Each of the older characters will say something different than what you're actually watching happen.
Okay.
The young guy do, and it's really interesting. It's because he's got Alzheimer's. His memory's starting to fade. So you're getting the story he's told himself, or the story that he remembers it as, and then you're getting what actually happened as you're watching. It's interesting. It's a little convoluted.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it, but it is
new.
a little too like remember the last time when we had one flashback? Now we've got a flashback and a flashback, you know, and it's like, all right.
I was saying, it was upping the ante from like a deposition style thing.
Yeah.
It was bleeding into current.
Yeah, in this one you've got the actual case, then you've got the deposition while they're questioning him about reopening it, and maybe he charged the wrong guy, and then you've got a podcast lady in the future interviewing the third
true crime podcast.
Yeah, you got like serial.
The true
going
crime
on.
podcast is just gonna carry everything now. Huh? We got it in Halloween. Right. We got it.
Right.
Got it in this. There was something recently. I think they just did it. Plus,
there's a god awful Hallmark murder mystery that's the same thing.
Really?
It's called Chronicle instead of Serial.
Plus they just exist. They're very popular, I guess.
I have thoughts on that. I'm not going to discuss it.
But it's anyway. All good.
Yeah. Anyway, did you want me to?
You go right ahead, Josh. You start with the next one.
I saw a animated feature as well.
Oh my gosh!
I watched Incredibles 2.
Oh, nice!
And my God, is it the pinnacle of Pixar?
Penultimate? No,
no, that's the second best.
Yeah.
No, dude, this was. I don't know if I'm just remembering what the first one looked like in opposition to this one.
Not too great.
For the time, it was really good.
Oh, sure.
But by today's modern standards, it's a little weak. No, they do stuff with light and shadow in this one that is, it really captures like a noir type of feel to it. And It is absolutely gorgeous to behold. Really cool story. And it's funny because it was like controversial, I guess. People were upset about it because it has like some Randian type of ideals where, you know, he who has the power shouldn't is above the law and everything as long as he uses it for good or whatever. But it's really about, like most of Brad Bird's stuff, it's about the struggle between that thought, because he is a Randian himself.
Yeah.
So you get that struggle of like, we shouldn't have to adhere to the law, but we need to because we fight for justice. And there's this back and forth battle going on between it. And it's a really interesting piece. Again, like we were talking about the first Lego movie, not necessarily for kids, more for adults. It is one of the most complex superhero films I've ever seen on screen. Much in the same ways like Winter Soldier or Watchmen or even like Batman Begins, where you're dealing with a lot of these, what is right, what is wrong about being a vigilante or hero. Where do I cross that line? You know, Civil War did a little bit of it, not well.
A little bit,
not well. I think it would have been interesting from that. I thought about this recently. Is Civil War would have been much more interesting if we did it from Bucky's point of view.
Probably.
Because, like, where is he good and where is he evil?
Yeah.
And where does that cross come through?
No, everything interesting that they could have done in Civil War, they didn't do.
No.
And that...
It was just all about punching.
It drove me absolutely
And that was the
insane.
problem with Black Panther.
Yeah, it drove me absolutely insane the first time I watched it. It grew on me a little bit more because there's a little bit more nuance and a little bit more fun to be had. But the first time I watched it, I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Like...
I never got over that.
They didn't do anything interesting, especially with the way that the last phase ended. I was like, they didn't do anything interesting, and fucking we just needed to see good guys fight good guys again.
No, everything was kind of, and then Guardians 2 came out, and I was like, oh, pretty good. And then this was really good. And then Ragnarok came out, and I was like, this is mind-blowingly good. And then Infinity War came out, and I was like, this is the best Marvel movie that's ever been made.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, no, dude, they handle this very mature storyline.
Yeah.
Amazing animation with it. And everybody's on their A game. I like that they focus on Elastigirl, you know, being out there, and they do this whole like lady thing and stuff. And she's awesome. It was cool because and again, we're getting a bit of the repeat. We're getting that sequelitis a bit, where you're getting a repeat of the first story, but it's from her thing, Ellen doing her thing. But the difference is that Mr. Incredible is aware of it.
Okay.
It's not like him trying to hide it, like it's an illicit affair kind of thing. It's he knows what's going on, and he's trying to be a supportive husband. And you see this like real jealousy from him, and his exhaustion of he has to deal with like a totally different set of problems. Like all the kids have moved on, and she had to deal with all these horrible problems, and now he's got a whole new set of problems. So I thought it was interesting the way, because it wasn't just like, oh no, I don't know how to handle the kids. It was the kids had grown past what he was used to.
Yeah.
And now they had like Jack's got all his powers now, and he's having to deal with that. And God, I can't remember the name of the daughter, but she's going through like full on puberty now, and that's like just wrecking he doesn't know what's helping and what's harming. And then Dash has all his problems, and it's just, he's got new math and all this stuff to study, and he doesn't know what the heck, he hasn't kept up with school, so he doesn't know what to do. And it's so he's got all these new problems, and then she's got these like I'm out there in the workforce, and I'm trying, it's a great retelling of like a modern family kind of story.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But what really blew me away, honestly, is just the look of the movie.
Yeah.
It's so incredible, dude. And that was what I was talking about the other day, where like I know that Into the Spider-Verse won for best animation.
I should point out, it's not best animation.
It isn't?
It's just best animated feature.
Okay, well then, if you look at it from that point, but I feel like if you're doing that, it needs to encompass everything.
The categories of the Oscars are ridiculous.
They don't make sense.
What's the difference between sound editing and sound mixing?
Yeah, right. No, I don't know. You would know.
Right. No, I don't. I have no fucking idea.
Okay, I was like, you're the sound guy.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just know that the same movie wins it every.
Don't you?
The same movie wins both every time.
I was gonna say, don't you have to mix and edit?
Yeah, I have no idea. So I know Dunkirk won both last year, and then this year
I thought they won for like sound design or something.
No, they won both. There's editing and mixing. Those are the two that they have.
That's right, because Blade Runner was nominated alongside it, and I was like, Blade Runner.
It was Baby Driver, I think, was for both.
Baby Driver was. I thought Baby Driver was just for editing.
It was both. Like I said, it's weird. Almost every movie is nominated for both, and the same movie wins both usually every time.
Because of the same.
So I don't understand what the difference between the two are, which is here nor there. But
anyway, no, it's just
yes.
And like
just pointing out that they don't.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm doing it wrong. But like, still, I feel. But then, like, see, the story in Spider-Man is much better. Like, and I'll admit that I enjoyed Incredibles 2 from the story point of angle, but like I said, the visuals is just mwah.
Yeah.
And if you were coming at it from a more artistic animation style, Incredibles 2 all day.
Yeah.
The style of Spider-Man is revolutionary, and it's new, and it's great. And like when we were watching it the other day, I noticed even more how awesome the 3D blending of the 3D and 2D is. Like, you've still got the cross hatching going on over a 3D face, and it presents
watching it at home in 4, like, there's
watching it in 4K,
amazing things to say about the theater. Don't get me wrong, especially if you can watch them in large format and whatever. But watching them at home in 4K, like in crystal clear,
dude,
is always nice.
Dude, chef kiss again, dude. It is beautiful, but the animation is still a little jank. It's a little choppy.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming at, where it's just like you can't really, it's story, style, Spider-Man Into the Universe. Overall animation and like overall animation, technical for it goes to Pixar. But like you made the joke the other day. I'm sorry, the Pixar award didn't go to Pixar this year.
It was always called the Pixar award.
Yeah,
and before that it was just the Disney award. But,
but I agree 100%. Like, it's good to see somebody else win. Now, I don't know if How to Train Your Dragon ever won. If it never did, it fucking should have. Because
DreamWorks always gets the shaft.
It shouldn't, because the first one was mind blowing. I need to look into that. But because holy shit, the first one is one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen animated.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's what does that category mean? Are we
Yeah.
going off of how well something's animated and looks, or
And it's weird because I've always interpreted it as that
Yeah.
because it doesn't get nominated for best film.
but that's the thing. When you're talking about films, then you have cinematography. You're picking apart the different aspects. When it comes to animation, there's just one category.
It's
So
animation, yeah.
is
But
it just
shouldn't
best?
But
is it
shouldn't it
just
be the same
best
because
picture?
somebody
But
had
so-
to map all that out?
Yeah, but then one time Toy Story 3 I think was nominated for Best Picture. So is
Yes.
it actually just only the animation? It doesn't make any sense. This is what I was talking to you. Like the Oscars is like lost right now.
Yeah.
They're attempting to
I was gonna say
modernize
Spielberg
and they ruined it.
because Spielberg is leading a new campaign because of Roma, and I'm like, dude, back the fuck up, dude. If those are just TV movies, then they're the best TV movies I've ever seen.
He's so out of touch with that. That being said,
He's not wrong.
he's being reasonable in his request.
He is.
All he was saying was these movies need to have a 4-week theatrical release to be considered.
But then didn't they
And I
do
was
that
like-
with?
And I'm like, they did that with Buster Scruggs.
Buster
They've done it with a
Scruggs.
lot of them.
Yeah.
They've done it with a lot of them. The only thing is like, bro, that's not how these deals work though. Netflix isn't going out like Amazon does that shit, but Netflix isn't going out and doing theatrical. I know isn't doing theatrical releases. I mean. And just so they can get nominated for an Oscar, let's just recognize film here. Like
that. Well, see, and that's what I was talking
he's
about.
like he's almost like encouraging that whole where you campaign for your Oscar thing.
And that's
And I was like, it's
that's
bullshit.
that's what I was kind of trying to say about the post and everything.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, dude, this man is obsessed. Let it go. Just make a fucking movie. Dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like it seems like no, because they're taking it from me, and like you have to. He's encouraging that god awful like limited release. This movie isn't for you schlubs yet. You'll go to see it when we tell you you can after it's won an Academy Award. Fuck that, dude. Like you're saying, let me enjoy film.
Yeah.
No,
He's
that's why I'm like, dude, shut up.
No, for sure. Like I said, his request, what he's saying isn't unreasonable. It's been a little bit like clickbait
It's
headline.
his attitude.
Yeah, but overall, he's still wrong.
Yeah.
He's salty still because he made blockbuster fucking people like them films, and don't get me wrong, I actually really like the post a lot.
Yeah. I know that. Well, and I'm thinking like fucking Saving Private Ryan is one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
films, dude. You know, and it's a lot of Spielberg's more please give me an Oscar films are movies that I enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yes.
Come on.
In his younger days, though, when he made his crowd-pleasing summer blockbusters before a summer blockbuster was like a thing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was like, yeah, big surprise. The guy who invented PG-13 is going like, I need to do better things than these guys. You know.
Yeah, he was salty and mad that they didn't recognize those films. Then I think like he's made it past the bike room, if you'll allow me that reference. And he's like, no, I had to put up with this shit and work my way here. You're making deals with Netflix and just making movies, and you're not fucking worried about box office. You're not worried about box office results and blah 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 blah. Movies have just moved on, and he's old. Like Spielberg, I felt like he wasn't George Lucasing or fucking what's his stupid name, Ridley Scotting yet.
Yeah.
But he's starting to get there. Whatever.
Yeah. My thing is like fine then fucking you want it to pay its dues, then like those movies should be submitted for review. Like real review.
Yeah.
Not just word of mouth, like send review copy to these critics that are big
Yeah.
time and stuff like that.
I wonder if they still send out screeners. They probably have.
Well, because
to.
I know that they took down a lot of their ability to be reviewed. Netflix did, because a lot they weren't meeting with the CEO's quality. Like it was just like, nope, nobody can review our movies anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that applied to critics or just the average viewer.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And that all centered around like the whole Amy Schumer getting fucked over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, Amy Schumer's not funny, so
No. Yeah, it's odd, but yeah. So there's an aspect of clickbaiting, but at the same time, he still is wrong. Even if
of course there's clickbait going on. It's a controversial opinion.
Yeah, even if what he's actually fucking campaigning for is not actually that bad.
No, what he's doing, it just
Still
smacks of being an asshole. You know, it's like fucking calm down, Steve. You've done. No one's gonna,
especially in a year where he had nothing in the running. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. What did you? Are you mad because nobody cared about Ready Player One?
Yeah, because like
do you really think Roma and Ready Player One are the same kind of movie?
Judd Apatow fucking threw a hissy fit at the Golden Globe, which I sort of agree with him.
Yeah, he was right.
But it's just like, relax, man. It's just a Golden Globe.
Chill.
Who cares? Who? I know it's easy to say on the outside looking in. Like, I'm sure if I worked really hard on a film and I'm like, I won an Oscar really bad, I'm sure I'd be mad. But it's like, dude, you're still, God, fuck me, right? I just get to make movies and people like them.
I know. And everybody tells me how great I am, but I still, it's fucking, I was talking about this the other day, actually. DiCaprio, so thirsty for a fucking Academy Award. I'm 100% sure.
They gave it to him so he wouldn't kill himself.
They gave him so they wouldn't throw him off the goddamn building or whatever, dude. It was like, I think
Tom
in the next
Cruise
movie,
doesn't get any fucking Oscars, and he's still throwing himself off. And
he's still literally throwing himself off a building.
He likes fucking film and being a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's narcissistic, but fuck it, dude. That guy does. He's a terrible human being, but God, do I love him.
I can't call him a terrible human being. There's way worse out there, but man, that guy's a weird ass.
I think being complacent in
Scientology,
inside of a structure that's known to be terrible.
Yeah,
like actually private prisons, like. They're imprisoning people.
I forgot about everything.
Privately, you know what I mean?
Oh, God. See, I've just tried to avoid all that because it's so disconcerting.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right. I forget about it. The fucking threatening people.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah. He is complicit, so he is pretty awful. Ironic that he made Valkyrie.
Yeah, here nor there, to be honest. Like I said, it's not my place.
But again, like, no, you're right, dude. He just keeps fucking doing whatever. I don't think he's ever been nominated, has he?
I'd have to look into it. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, he has to have been at some point.
I'm sure he has.
Maybe for Far and Away. What a great flick that was.
Yeah.
It's not.
Anything else to say about Incredibles?
Dude, fucking, it's on Netflix. Give it a look.
I have a question. If you do not remember the first one at all, because, dude, I watched it when I was a kid. It's been how many years between them?
12.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out.
11.
You know what I mean?
I think it may be more than that. I think I'm being conservative.
Yeah, it's got to be more than
I think
that.
I was fresh out of high school when that came out.
I was going to say,
I'd have to look that up. Yeah.
Probably in middle school or something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
That being said, if you don't remember it at all, could you just watch this one, or should I refresh?
They give you a very funny summation of what happened at the beginning, and they it's another meta narrative kind of thing.
Yeah,
but it's really funny because they put you in the role of a random character from the first film.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of, I don't remember any of that kind of thing. It's really funny the way they do it.
So it might even be better watching it without watching the first one?
I think it might lend you something to watch the first one, but you don't need to. Okay. Like, because it literally picks up exactly where that came from, but you don't need to watch it. They do a great joke about summing up what happened in the first movie and the end of the first movie and how it applies to the beginning that's going on. You don't need to watch the first one. Maybe give it a look if you want to.
Okay. Perfect. Speaking of the Oscars, because we got on it for a bit there.
Yeah.
Which fucking dude. Like the moment the Oscars are over, I'm like so glad. There's this bit. Because we get wrapped into it ourselves. We do our top 5, which is always fun, but we get in that little bit of a talk of that end of the year, like, these are the movies that matter talk. And it's
you always get sucked into that.
And like, we wanted to make our own thing and kind of poke a little bit of fun. And as soon as they were over, I was like, I'm not doing that.
Really? Like, I was wondering what happened.
Well, because it's just like, what's the point now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll try next year.
Yeah.
But there was illness. We had work-related shit. Like, there's been a lot going on for us. So it's like, who cares? But it's like, once they're over, it's like, But speaking of the Oscars, I have seen the Best Picture winner, Green Book.
I'm going to ask you straight up.
Straight up.
Did it deserve Best Picture? Because that's the question.
I mean, my pick would have been A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
So
was it up against Star Is Born?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it would have been my pick.
What else was it up against?
A lot of people were thinking either Roma or The Favorite. Those were two favorites.
I really wanted to see The Favorite.
Oh, I still am gonna watch that
because I love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
One of the funniest women alive.
Yeah, she's hilarious. Nothing like a little girl on girl. But Green Book, it did not deserve it. This one is also coming up against a bunch.
Because I know you told me it was going to be it was really good, but you were a little like, I don't know if it's that good.
People were. Okay, so I guess this one's got a little controversy wrapped around it as well. I don't know how much is true, how much isn't. A lot of people are basically let's stick
the white
to,
savior thing, right?
Yeah, no, not really. It's weird. It's more about. I'm going to stick to the stuff that's not politically charged because I'm going to get into what the movie actually covers, and people are projecting on it, I think. So, people are upset because Farley fucking did it. And he directed it, and they're just like, "Oh, the Shallow Hal guy, getting an Oscar," which is always a funny joke. People are saying
Jordan Peele won an award.
Yeah, it's true. People,
but he's not one of the Farley brothers.
Yeah, it's super true. But people are mad that it was like, oh, they're so out of touch. They're just giving it to like the We Solved Racism movie instead in the year that they were they're trying to act cool and blah, blah, blah. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Let me tell you what I know about the movie. And plus Spike Lee was all pissed off, I guess.
When is Spike Lee not pissed off?
But I'm like, I don't know, man. I didn't see your movie. Like, because it covers some of the same subjects, but a little bit better.
Black Klansman?
Yeah, but a little bit better and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just kind of like, I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I wanted to see Black Klansman real bad.
But this reminds me of like Spotlight won Best Picture and didn't really take home a lot of other shit one year, and I was like, I watched Spotlight. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember it at all. This one is actually a bit more memorable of a film. So let me talk about the film.
Okay.
People are, I think, talking about how it's about racism, and it's really not.
Is that just because it's about a white and a black guy?
I guess so. Well, and it was marketed that way a bit.
It seemed like it was, but to me, it seemed more like it was like, look at this odd couple kind of thing in a road trip movie.
Yeah, it's an odd couple pairing. That's what it is. Not only that, it's based off of a true thing written by the son of the character Viggo Mortensen plays, and I believe the Mahershala Ali's character, who he portrays, rather, helped. It was based off of a book, and they had his input when him or his dad, I forget, wrote the book.
Okay.
So all involved were kind of like, it's a personal story.
Okay.
It's set in a place and a time where segregation in the South was a problem.
Thing. Yeah.
And he was trying to make somewhat of a statement by doing a tour down there.
Yeah.
That being and
but between,
of course, they run into trouble there, and it's like eye rolly kind of like, of course, like, what are you doing here, boy, kind of stuff. Which, like, of course, I knew that going in.
Of course,
that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It happens like once or twice, and it was more
not
about
like Alan Tudyk slobbering at the mouth in fucking the Jackie Robinson movie.
Yes. Yeah. And it very somewhat subtle outside of one scene.
Yeah.
That lasted. That was very quick. It was more about Mahershala Ali's character learning to have a friendship with a bumbling, fat, like, slob of a man. Like, because he, he's a PhD, he's super fancy, he plays the piano very well, and
this doofus is carting
and this
him
guy's
around.
just an idiot. Yeah. And he's kind of racist at the beginning. Like, they try to set it up. They did a sloppy job at, like, was Viggo Mortensen racist, or is he just an idiot? So Linda Cardellini is his wife in the movie. He like gets off of his night shift. He's like a bouncer at a club, like in New York, and he gets home or he wakes up from going to sleep or whatever, and his whole family's there, and they're like, oh, we're here, like, because there's black guys working on the fridge, and you're just leaving her alone with these guys. You're ridiculous. And he's like, oh man. And they're like drinking water or something, and they're like, oh, thank you, bye. And she's like, bye. And he like throws the cups they were drinking out of away. And I was like, that was the last thing he did. The first and the last thing that he did, other than he used like an Asian racial slur at another point. okay, lazily set up that he might be somewhat racist, but more so just an idiot. They go on their thing. Things happen. Kind of nice character stuff. It was just the two of them getting in a lot of disagreements. He's an idiot. He's fancy. Maybe there's some trouble because he's black and they're in the South. And by the end of it, they're really good friends. I don't know why people are projecting on this movie that they solved racism. Their differences were not race related. He is an idiot.
Yeah, dude, but this is what it is, dude. You got a black dude and a white dude alone in a car having debates.
Yeah.
That's obviously racially charged.
Yeah, there was like one scene, and it was like, and I actually really liked it. I'll just spoil it. Fuck it.
I haven't seen it. I
really liked it. It was Viggo Mortensen. There had been a couple times through the movie, so I guess there was a little bit kind of racial things going on.
Well, you did say that you admitted, but it wasn't the center point of the film.
Basically, so Viggo Mortensen, like, he's on the radio and he's listening to give me some classic, like, 60s
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he does classical music, or like pop classical kind of is what his deal was. Plays the piano. He's with a cello player, you know what I mean? Okay. And he's like, you don't know this? These are your people. You know what I mean? Like, he said that once or twice.
Howlin' Wolf and all that. Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, nothing there. But then at one point he says like, you know, I'm blacker than you are. You know, you don't even know who this person is, and I've lived in the Bronx, and you live in this fancy apartment, and blah 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 blah. And there's a thing of like, you know, like, he doesn't really fit in anywhere because you know, like, down there in the South, he performs, and then they're like. And then they're just like, but also you can't use our bathroom.
Yeah. Then, you got to come in the back entrance, you know, and all that.
And then they're like, oh, you're so fancy and you're so educated and you play the piano. You're like, you're not one of us, kind of thing. And then there's a little bit of that going, but that's a personal identity struggle.
I was gonna say that's an identity struggle. That's not really race charged. I guess if you were focusing on him, it could be construed as racial. Yeah. But
so I'm very confused because, and overall, I'm just like, two likable characters that. It's kind of a just paint by numbers movie, but it's enjoyable, and Viggo is so good in it. So is Mahershala. And you just laugh and you smile and you have a good time, and those things.
Wait a minute. You telling me you went to a movie and didn't analyze the shit out of it? You actually went to a movie to enjoy it?
Exactly.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Sorry.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And like,
I am very disappointed in you.
And those heavy moments kind of hit you, but then they move on because, you know, life fucking moves on, and the story continues. Yeah. And I could understand that. Since people have to understand that the man himself was involved in writing this shit, but I guess you could be like, wow, they just underplayed the whole South segregation issue, and I was like, because that's not what the movie's about.
That's not what it's about. Yeah, it's about these two men. Yeah,
they reference it and how it affected him at that time in his life when he was there. Well, but they we're not. It's not a story, you know, surrounding that issue.
Yeah, well, again, what you're saying kind of reminds me of the whole race controversy surrounding like The Last Samurai, where everybody's just like, oh, Tom Cruise comes in and saves the day, and he's the last samurai, and it's like, did you not watch the fucking movie? Watanabe's character is the last samurai. Tom Cruise doesn't save shit. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, and it's a lot of the same kind of things that I feel like you're talking about. Like, fucking Last Samurai is a bad movie for a lot of reasons, not because of that. But same situation where like Watanabe, the Japanese guy in the movie, is just like, I didn't think we did any of that, you know, and it's just, I feel like people imply a lot of meaning on things that isn't there.
Yeah, it's so strange, but I really like the movie, and I think you will really like the movie.
That's what you said. You said it's not really about anything. Nothing really happens. You'll love it.
No, but it's not like I hated it, but I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I think you'll also really like it.
Well, because like I've shown you some of the other movies I like that aren't really about anything and nothing really happens, and you're just like, yeah, this is a good movie. Yeah,
it's just good character moments, and
and that's that's the movies that I gravitate
Yeah.
toward with the more dramatic side, where I'm just like, yeah, I don't need anything super crazy to happen. Just,
Exactly. But overall, like whether
like,
it's
like you said, Rounders is one of my favorite.
Exactly.
Films,
I'm like, you really like Rounders. You'll love Green
You'll
Book.
love Green Book. Yeah.
I really liked Rounders.
Rounders is a great movie.
I really liked Green Book.
Yeah. See, and that's what I was thinking while I was watching. I was like, dude, this looks like Nobody's Fool. Rounders kind of movie where like, oh, it's a cool story for like an hour and a half and then you go home.
Exactly. Yeah, and
I love those characters.
Some people grow, they have an arc, there's some laughs, there's some sadness.
Some sadness, I love that shit, dude. So I'll definitely check that out. No, I was really looking forward to it and I'm sad that I missed it. It's that one and the Black Klansman and The Favorite are the three that I really wanted to check out for Oscar season that I totally missed on.
Absolutely. And what deserves Best Picture or who knows? I don't know.
See, I was just wondering, like was it?
It's not like they picked a really bad movie.
Well, because like everything I hear was just like, it didn't deserve it, and this movie deserved it. And I was just wondering if you felt like you were like, it was good, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I understand. There are better movies that were nominated. Yeah. Like, I get it. Even one that I've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen
A Star Is
Born, and I believe that it is a much better movie. But,
at the end of the day, it is what it is.
What the fuck am I to say?
Yeah. Is my raising a stink and whining and crying? That's what happens every time it seems like a Best Picture is given. Like, people fly into an outrage.
The only thing I was upset about, and it sucks because I'm playing both sides of the field here, I guess. But it's like Sam Elliott did not win. Mahershala did.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, bullshit. Like, if we're doing supporting actor alone, no, it did not.
Well, you even said that Viggo was a better supporting actor than Mahershala.
Well,
was.
And they did a weird thing because I think I've seen them.
I thought Mahershala was the main.
I've seen them nominated before as both being considered lead or both being considered supporting.
Yeah.
In this one, they gave Viggo lead and they gave Mahershala supporting.
That's interesting.
And I would agree with that assessment, but it's weird when you have two male leads. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Co-leads, and you nominate both of them.
Sam Elliott was like, absolutely a supporting character.
Well, from everything I saw of the movie that I saw before I left, because I didn't want to spoil the end of it. I came into it like maybe the last 30 minutes, and I was told you haven't seen the whole thing, so I tried to pay as little attention as possible. But from what I saw, he was very much a supporting actor because he was only in like 2 minutes total of what I saw.
Yeah.
So and it was
that's when he returned.
He was in one scene and then he was gone, and then he showed up again, and then he was gone, and it was like, all right, well, he's obviously supporting.
So it's not worth to understand how these categories are being like. Just be like, good for them. Why can't people just be like, good for them?
Because
it's like, who cares? Who was robbed here?
Again, like I said, people can't wait to be mad.
And I know Louis C.K. is not in style right now. Like, bad. But I remember he came out and he was like, it was like best short format documentary or something like that. And he's like, these are the guys that this means a lot to. Let's be real. This is the one that matters. All the rest of you came in millionaires and you're going to leave millionaires and successful and pretty and whatever. And I was like, that's super true. So at the end of the day, who cares?
I was going to say, you can jerk off in front of as many girls as you want. Sometimes you got some wise words to say.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. He didn't say anything to the, hypocritical there. So I'm willing to admit he said something good.
Oh man, that's a controversial statement. Mighty Movie Pod getting
Hot
put
takes.
on blast. Hot takes.
So whatever. I'm happy for him. My picks would be different, obviously.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Dude, it sounds cool to me.
I'm only Oscar nominated this man, not Oscar winning this man.
Well, dude, Tom Hanks has been pissed since Captain Phillips, dude. Like, fucking calm down, bro. Jesus. Like, did you hear about that? That temper tantrum he threw when Captain Phillips and him were not nominated for fucking actor in picture?
Wow.
He was super fucking pissed, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
it was a decent performance. I didn't like the movie very much.
the movie was bad. I
Yeah.
hated that movie. I didn't even like him in that movie, and I
Right.
generally like Tom Hanks. No, the guy won an award like 6 years in a row, and he feels like he should win every fucking year. Tom Hanks, calm the fuck down, go back, make Big 2.
Yeah,
You know?
relax, man.
Don't
Relax.
make Big 2. Please don't make Big 2. That was a joke.
Like I said, we're on the outside looking in too.
Yeah.
It's their whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not winning any podcast awards. This is bullshit.
Yeah. Where's my streaming?
Yeah, where's my streaming, motherfuckers?
We've made 55 episodes.
Over the last 3
3
years.
years. We want a streaming. Hashtag where's my streaming?
I agree. Let's get the social media campaign
Hashtag
going.
not my podcast.
Yeah, shit. That's all I gotta say about Green Book. Check it out. It's out. It's
That's
out
cool,
for
man.
digital.
No, it sounds super cool, dude. I'm glad it was good.
Oh yeah. It was a nice movie watching experience.
I watched a Green movie as well.
I
I
heard.
don't believe it was nominated for anything.
I doubt it.
It
wasn't.
should have been.
Let's just say I'm sure it was nominated for something.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I watched Green Room.
Green Room. Yes.
Green Room with one of Anton Yelchin's last films.
Yes.
And I was never a big fan of Yelchin's as a performer. I enjoyed him, thought he was a really cool guy, but was not very impressed with him as an actor. And then I saw this movie. Stop. I'm trying to talk, man. You're fucking around with strings.
It's a rubber band. Listen.
You know, I sit here patiently through his movie. He starts playing with shit. I'm not making noise over here like flicking whatever.
All right, I'm listening.
No, you're not. I don't want to talk anymore. Anyway, so I watched Green Room.
Yes.
Probably Anton Yelchin's best performance that I can think of. Charlie Bartlett was pretty good too.
Bartlett.
But this was the one time I saw him, I was like, holy shit, dude. This kid brings you, like, dude, the movie is... It is, I would say what I said the other day when I told you about this, an excellent film. Very tense. Patrick Stewart is very subtle, which I've never really seen him do. He's a big actor. He does a lot of big stuff.
Yeah,
he's you know, Shakespeare
he's Shakespearean,
and all that. Yeah, dude. And so he's usually pretty big, pretty over the top, and he does it amazingly. But like Xavier, I thought was a pretty subtle performance. No, man. Xavier and Logan.
Yes.
No, dude. He is so sinister and horrifying in this movie. He's the main villain.
Yes.
And he is horrifying. And he doesn't say pretty much anything. He's just cold. He's calculating. He gets right to the point. This is all a business. And that's pretty much the whole fucking movie. The movie is so brutal and so visceral and so... It's just like, that guy's dead. Oh, that guy's dead. You know,
Yeah.
and it happens that fast. It's just, there's no pageantry. There's no, you know, sometimes you get it and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
you know, and all that. When that happens, it's because it's deserved to have. It's kind of like the violence in, like, let's say Drive.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is only over the top in one area.
Yeah. A couple.
Yeah, just a couple.
Just a couple.
But I'm trying to think of another movie where it's handled just very John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
The efficiency in which John Wick is just killing fools.
Yeah.
Less stylized, less action based, more just like, yeah, shit sucks the worst. An excellent film. Not for me.
Yeah.
There is, I love the horror. I love a little bit of that gore, that like,
Yeah.
oh man, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ooh.
Yeah.
This doesn't go over the top where I'm like, this is so stupid. Or where I'm like, ooh, oh, brutal. This goes to like that, that's gonna haunt me.
Yeah.
That is gonna haunt me. I had to take a break from this movie and go do something else at one point because like something happened in the middle of the movie where I was just like, okay, all right. One thing had already happened where I was like, oh no.
Oh, God.
And then something else happens and I'm like, no, oh, whoa. And then this happened and I was like, okay, you know what? Okay. I'm going to, I tried to watch something else to do like a mouth rinse.
Yeah.
Did not work, dude. I still see I'm talking about it right now. I see that image in my head. It is a haunting film, dude. It sticks with you. It is rough to watch, but I cannot not recommend it. it's supposed to stick. Yeah, I did that right?
Yes.
I cannot
not.
not.
You can't
recommend it.
not.
Yeah, I can't not. You have to see the movie, but it's hard to say because it's so rough, dude. And it's one of those movies where it starts out like, oh God, it's indie flick 101. You know, they're riding in the car and like the sun's coming through the trees and like, you know, first man I ever left behind, you know, and it's all that kind of crap where it's got the plinky plunky piano going on in the background.
And I know Anton's character's whole deal is he's like hipster to the max.
Oh, he's like
the most underground punk. Like, we don't have social media. We don't use phones.
Yeah. They're all very raw and rough, dude. And he is like the hipster one of the other ones are like punks, and he's just like he belongs in an indie band. But like, and that is like, it's so crazy because they go to this show, they are not supposed to be performing here. It's if you've ever been in a room filled with people that hate you and you know they don't like that feeling when you go around people that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And you feel that tension and that discomfort, they grab that. So, and that's when the movie takes a turn, dude, because you think these guys are like, oh, when you first meet them, it's like, oh God, it's an indie movie. Here we go. And then you see them and it's like, well, these dudes are pretty bad. These dudes are pretty rough. Just the band themselves is like, these guys are pretty rough. They're pretty badass. Then you get to the show they're performing at, and they capture that we're out of our element. We need to leave now. Discomfort.
I should just watch it. I really want to just ask you questions though. I don't know if you want to spoil anything.
I don't really want to.
Okay.
I don't really want to spoil anything because it is an experience that you have to have.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a lot of humanity, and it's not the good kind of humanity. Yeah. It's that, oh God, I know that feeling. Oh dude, you gotta go. And that's the feeling you have through the whole, you shouldn't be here. Just leave. Yeah. Just go. Just don't play the show. Don't load in, load out. Grab your shit and fucking go. I know you need the cash. You siphon gas already. You can siphon gas again. Get to the next fucking town. Don't come here. Leave. Very, very, oh dude. And another guy that was really impressive. I don't know his name, but he was in Scott Pilgrim. The leader of the band.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
An idiot. Oh no, my street cred all out the window. This phone. Is well, it's something Wells. He's the talent.
Yeah. Wells, he's the talent. Yeah. Him, the one who's always just like, our audition, you know, he's just like, oh no, he's going to be here. You're going to spoil our record deal. Him, very funny character, is one of the skinheads in the movie, and he's fucking dope as hell, dude. Nice. He's awesome. But it's just, it's hard to sit through. It's hard to watch, dude, but it is a great film, and I'm glad I had that experience.
Yeah.
But you know, I heard everybody rant and rave. It's so great. You have to watch Green Room. And it was just, you know, I was like, all right, well, 9 times out of 10 I watched this. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right, you know, it's okay. No, this movie delivers, dude. It is hard to watch. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to watch it, but I really enjoyed it.
I've been coming around to some more of that. Plus my my ability to stomach some more exploitative films has. But overall, you are right in saying that that's not my style either. But
yeah, it was crazy because I was actually thinking about you when the movie started. When a lot of it's going on, I'm like, oof. This is rough, man. I don't know if Ryan could handle this. And I was like, this is pretty bad. And then what I'm talking about happens, and I was like, okay, all right, that's too much for me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna finish this because, like I told you, I made that deal that like no matter what happens, I have to finish a movie.
Yeah.
So I went, took a break, tried to watch some Bob's Burgers to have a laugh real quick, and then get back to the movie. Didn't fucking work. So I stopped it halfway through a Bob's Burgers episode. I was like, fine, fucking go. And it was a hard time for an hour and a half, man.
Yeah. Shiz.
It is thumbs up. Great movie. And the ending of it is just really good. Dude, Imogen Poots is fantastic in the movie. Anton Yelchin is everybody's doing a great job in this movie, and they're really selling the reality and the brutality of this scene, and just like it feels like you're watching real. It is to me the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of this generation.
Really?
Like,
Wow.
It's very, very good.
Holy moly. Yeah, I'm going to have to check it out. You sold me, sir.
Yeah.
Although
Just-
you tried to tell me not to.
Just be prepared. Anybody that sits down to try to watch it, be prepared. It is a rough ride.
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Word.
Definitely. It's one of those ones again where you're just like, no, horror still exists. Suspense still exists. It's still out there. It's just not being made.
It's not
by these
PG-13.
big-
It's not PG-13 jump scares.
It's not it's not PG-13 jump scares or just a lot of the rated R tripe that comes out where you're just like, ugh, dumb. You know, it's like I made the joke the other day. I made the joke the other day where a lot of horror films seem to be more concerned with whether they can make a dope Godsmack video or something than being a real horror film. By the way, I was watching Ghost Ship when that happened, and it's on
Ghost
Netflix.
Ship.
It's a terrible movie back from like I think the early 2000s, that era specifically that I was talking about.
The era I hate.
Oh,
It
dude.
put me off of horror movies for fucking 18
I know,
years.
it's so funny
You
because
know
I
what
was
I
just
mean?
like, because all the horror in that time sucked so bad because of that reason. Like the credits roll and it's like dig through the ditches, and I'm just like, what the fuck? This is a stupid movie. Could be a great movie. That's the thing about a lot of that horror in that area where I was just like, no, this is a good movie. You just screwed up. Like it's dumb. It's that PG-13, like everything's CGI. It's not scary. This is very real. But like this is up there with the new Halloween, with It Follows. Like it's one of the Annihilation.
Yeah.
It's just like scary for a different reason than Annihilation is. And even It Follows. Dude, just this is a horrific film. Again, like I said, new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you ever want to get that, if you were a fan of the original and nothing's been satisfying you, give Green Room a look. I'm putting this out there 3 years after it came out, I think.
After it's got kind of its time in
it's
the
run
spotlight.
its time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but no, if
But the good thing is in this day and age, it's just like you'll be able to watch it. You hear about something, you can probably find it and watch it immediately.
It's one of those things that's kind of cool about streaming, even though I miss the video store.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going through Netflix and you come across Green Room, watch it. If you're like, man, listen to that Mighty Movie Pod, and old Josh, he's kind of a dum-dum. But sometimes he's right. I should give this one a look.
He's very adamant, and I think I should check this out.
Yeah. Give it a look.
I will definitely be checking it out for sure. I always wanted to, but I was kind of like, ooh, might be a little much.
It was funny because like another dude a guy that I follow was just like, it's rough, and I was just like, all right, well, and I was just like,
I'm an adult. So.
Well, if he thinks it's rough, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And it was on Netflix. I had it on my watch list for forever, and I was just like, all right, fine, fuck it, and I just started it, and I was like, it is rough, but dude, I don't regret it.
Yeah, nice. Fuck yeah. Anyways, I think that's gonna about do it.
Well, that'll about wrap her up
for us here at the Mighty Movie Pod. We will be back next week, no doubt, talking about Captain Marvel. That should be fun. Hopefully. Or it could suck. I don't know.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Nick Fury's got 2 eyes.
Tired of making promises that I can't deliver. Especially one so vague like that. All the rest are kind of in my power. This one is not.
Yeah.
You can find us on all major podcasting places, including Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud. We are the Mighty Fish Productions. We are Mighty Fish Productions. This is the Mighty Movie Pod. You can find us on YouTube, Mighty Fish Productions. We are at Mighty Fish Pod on Twitter. Twitch.tv/Mighty Fish Productions. I think. Anyway, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there. We never do anything. There. We talk about doing stuff.
We talk about it.
We just talked about doing stuff.
We
need to do some stuff.
We should do some stuff. But look forward probably to more classic catch-up and things of that nature.
Yeah, I was going to actually talk to you about that after we...
Absolutely. Let's keep them in suspense.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. But we'll be back with the podcast. More going up on the channel. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Ryan.
I'm still Josh.
And we will catch you on the next ride. Yeah.
Woo woo! Yahoo!